on your permanent record? What is on your permanent record, Felicia, Barbara?
So I don't know how many of you guys have gone to high school. Well, when I was in high school, one of the things that petrified me was when someone would say, "You better be careful. That could end up on your permanent record." Those words alone would be enough to whip me in step. I'm really fortunate though. I mean, my family, I was always conscientious of what would end up on my permanent record. I did everything I could to make sure that that record was good. Well, I recently applied to an academic program, and lo and behold, these folks asked me for my high school transcripts. Like, are you serious? My high school transcripts? And lo and behold, my sophomore year, that frickin' C+, that singular C+ in advanced algebra is still following me around. I mean, please, come on. I mean, what about the A in trigonometry or the A in geometry? Come on, that C+ is still there on my permanent record. Oh, well, I bemoan the C+ on my permanent record. Some would say 1 in 10, and some would say as high as 3 in 10 Americans have something much worse than a C+ on their permanent record. There's a criminal conviction. We're talking misdemeanors, DUI, assault. Think Wesley Snipes. Think Martha Stewart. Something along those lines. And sometimes anything's worse. Drug convictions, murders, felonies. Those are things that follow them around for the rest of their lives. Well, if you've heard any of my other speeches, I am a huge fan of the 30-second elevator speech, right? To introduce yourself and get things off on the right foot. So, for example, here's mine. Good morning. My name is Felicia Barbera. I'm a business specialist at the Pikes Peak Workforce Center. Most people don't know this, but last year I placed over 138% of the youth that I needed to for my youth program, exceeding my goals by 38%. Not only was my program the largest number in the state, but we placed more kids than anyone else. Thank you. So imagine the contrary. Hi, my name is Felicia Barbera. I'm a convicted felon. Yeah, it doesn't go over so well. So some say that it only takes about 8 seconds to make a first impression. Do you ever get a second chance to make a first impression? You don't. It's indelibly written. I mean, you can work really, really hard to recover from a bad first impression, but for the most part, what people think of you from the get-go is kind of what they're stuck with, unless you become, I don't know, maybe President of the United States or World Peace or Nobel Peace Prize or something like that. I'm not sure how many of you might be familiar with the Ban the Box movement. Has anybody ever heard of it? So the Ban the Box movement suggests that on employment applications, employers shouldn't ask whether or not someone has been convicted of a felony or if they've got a criminal conviction. It's not that they don't get to ask, they definitely do, but those questions come about in a second round of interviews or a secondary application process. It's kind of like falling in love, right? We go out on the first date, and the first thing I tell you, yeah, I've got about $50,000 in debt. We got an STD, right? We haven't even gotten to know each other yet, right? And I'm already sharing some of the nastiest things about me with you. Do I ever get a second chance to make that first impression? Debt, STD, I don't think so. So as a business specialist at the Pikes Peak Workforce Center, I often work with clients, and it's been a big issue because I've recently worked with a couple of clients who shall remain nameless. But one young lady is 21 years old, visions and dreams of working in the healthcare industry. She's never going to work in healthcare. She has an assault charge from a couple of years ago. She wasn't even aware of that, wasn't even aware of the charge, that her dreams are dashed at the age of 21. I was working with another man. I'm talking charm up one side and down the other. An amazing work history. Remarkable recommendations from people that he's worked with. He's got a criminal conviction for over 20 years ago. Before we even get an opportunity to talk about the things that he's done, he's already out of the running based on his conviction from 20 years ago. So fellow Toastmasters, I am certainly not asking for second chances because I really don't believe in second chances, right? I mean maybe, but I'm not asking for one of those. What I am suggesting is that would it be possible to allow an opportunity to make a good first impression first? Right? Let's talk about all the wonderful things. Let's talk about the skill set. Let's fall in love. Let's get to know each other. Let's get excited about our possibilities. And once we've made that good first impression, if that's possible, then we can talk about secondary things. So if you think that it's not possible to make a second first impression, let's just give folks a chance to make a good first impression the first time around. Thank you.